Now 10.3 theorem is the next one that we are going to start. The statement of the theorem is the perpendicular from the center of the circle to a chord bisects the chord. That means from the center O, if I draw any perpendicular to a chord, so there's any chord AB on this circle, and if I draw perpendicular from the center, that is OX, if I draw perpendicular to AB, then this OX will bisect AB, which means AX and XB will be equal. This is what I have to prove. So for proving this, I will consider these two triangles, OAX and OBX. Now, one of the angles in both the triangles is 90 degree each, that is angle OXA and angle OXB. These two angles are 90 degree each. Then hypotenuse of both the triangles is the radii of the circle. So both are equal, that is OA and OB are equal, and OX is the common side for both the triangles. So therefore I can say that by RHS these two triangles are congruent, that is OAX and OBX are congruent, and by CPCT AX and XB are equal. 10.4 states that the line drawn through the center of a circle to bisect a chord is perpendicular to the chord. So just the converse of 10.3, that means now from the center to this chord AB, you have drawn a line which is bisecting this chord AB. That means AX and XB are equal. You have to prove that in that case, OX will be perpendicular to AB. This is what you have to prove now. So again, you will consider the same two triangles, OAX and OBX, and you will prove them to be congruent. But this time, you can use SSS criteria because all three sides are equal. OA and OB are the radii, OX is the common side, and AX and XB are equal. That is already given. So by SSS, you can prove that the triangles are congruent. So therefore, by CPCT, OXA and OXB, they must be equal to each other. By CPCT, these two angles are equal. But we know that they are also forming a linear pair. So which means that since they are forming linear pair, both must be equal to, their sum must be equal to 180 degree. And since both are equal to each other, then both must be 90-90 each. So therefore, OX is perpendicular to AB. This is the theorem. So 10.3, first question is draw different pairs of circles. How many points does each pair have in common? And what is the maximum number of common points? So few circles have been drawn here, pairs of circles. That is here, two circles which are not intersecting at all. So number of common points are 0. Now here also one is inside the other, so there are no common points. So again, common points are 0. Then there's another one which is touching each other exactly at 1 point. So common point is 1. Here also one inside the other and common point is 1. And here the circles are intersecting each other at 2 points. So maximum number of points where any given circles can intersect is 2. So in second question, you are given a circle. You have to give a construction to find its center. So suppose you are given a circle whose center is not known to you and you want to find the center of that circle, then how can you find it? The method is you will draw any two chords, AB and CD of that circle. Anywhere on the circle you can draw two chords and you will draw perpendicular bisectors of both the chords. Now wherever these perpendicular bisectors will meet each other, that is when you extend these perpendicular bisectors, they will intersect at a common point. So that point will give you the center of the circle. So question is, if two circles intersect at 2 points, then prove that their centers lie on the perpendicular bisector of the common chord. So let us assume there are two circles here. This is C1 and C2, circle 1 and circle 2, having centers O and X. That means O is the center of C1 and X is the center of C2. So when you join them, now this is the common chord because P and Q are the points of intersection of these two circles. So they are intersecting at points P and Q. If you join PQ, that becomes their common chord. So this PQ and OX will be perpendicular to each other. Not only perpendicular to each other, they will be perpendicular bisectors of each other. That is what you have to prove. You will join PO, PX, QO and QX. All these will be joined together. Now next we will consider these two triangles, POX and QOX. Now in these two triangles, if you see PO and OQ, they are equal because they are radii of circle C1. PX and QX are equal because they are radii of C2. And OX is the common side between these two. So by SSS, you can say that these two triangles are congruent to each other. POX and QOX are congruent. So therefore, we can say by CPCT that angle POX and angle QOX are equal. So this part we have proved because it will be helpful in proving the next congruency which we are going to take. So after proving POX and QOX are equal, next we will consider POR and QOR. POR and QOR. Now here already we have proved these two angles are equal. This PO and QO, they are radii of the circle, so they are equal, and OR is the common side. So we can say by SAS, these two triangles are also congruent, POR and QOR, by SAS congruency. So by CPCT, we can say that PRO and QRO, these two angles are also equal. But since they form a linear pair, their sum should be 180° also, and they are equal also. So then both must be 90-90 each. So both these angles are 90. So therefore this angle PRX and this one is also 90-90 each. That also we can prove easily. This PRO and QRX, they are vertically opposite. So if this is 90, this is also 90. So all these four angles are 90. So therefore they are perpendicular to each other. So after proving these two are 90-90 each, that means they are perpendicular. Also by CPCT, PR and RQ are equal, you can say. So therefore, this common chord is bisected at the point R. So therefore, we can say that these centers, the line joining the centers, is the perpendicular bisector of the common chord.